Christopher Nolan is one of the most popular directors of the last decade or so. His original films are notorious for being meticulously detailed. In many cases, viewers are found confused by the end of the movie because there are so many vital events that unfold that are easily forgotten or seem unclear at the time. Because of this, I find that many people, including myself, have to watch one of his movies multiple times in order to catch every bit of information. Then, when it's fully understood, it makes for a genius piece of art and often a new revelatory moment that wasn't recognized in the first viewing. I want to explore why I think that Christopher Nolan's movies have such an appeal to them, and why I think that he and his brother Jonathan are smart for choosing the subjects that they write about. In many of Nolan's original films, he builds his story around something that is cloaked in mystery. In Memento, the story follows Leonard, a man who is tracking down the murderer of his wife. However, his progress is heavily impeded by the fact that he has short-term memory loss.
Oh, where am I? Somebody's bedroom. Oh, must be her room.
He can remember events that happened before his wife's death, but everything that comes after is a blur. He often forgets who he is and where he's going, and because of this, he is forced to constantly remind himself in ways like tattooing messages all over his body. The reason this movie has an element of mystery to it is that virtually everybody cannot relate to this character's handicap because most people don't know what it's like to have perpetual short-term memory loss. And if they did know, well, obviously you know why it wouldn't matter. Because of this central conflict that the character has to face, as well as finding the murderer of his wife, Nolan has the freedom to portray the effects of short-term memory loss in a very complex and interesting way. In this video, Christopher Nolan explains the story structure of Memento in detail. If you're interested in that, I will leave a link in the description.
Not in the black and white sequences, so we keep those separate.
Essentially, the film trades off between events that happened before the death of his wife and after. And the whole film goes between those events one after another, the entire film, until they meet somewhere in the middle of the story, which is actually the end of the film.
Kill him. I'll pay you.
What do you think I am? I'm not gonna kill someone for money.
What then? Love? What would you kill for? Kill for your wife, wouldn't you?
That's different.
Another example of story built around mystery is The Prestige, a movie where two magicians have a rivalry over accumulating a bigger audience. In order to compete with each other, they have to quickly elevate the shock factor of their magic tricks, which leads to very dangerous outcomes. The film is focused around two mysterious concepts, the art of magic and the concept of cloning, twins, or doubles. Magic is inherently mysterious, and that's the whole point. Choosing a topic like this allows Nolan to build a story around deception and revelation.
But you wouldn't clap yet. You have to bring it back.
The next film I want to talk about is Inception. I think at this time in Nolan's career he began to get much bolder with the incomprehensible topics he chose to write about. Inception is built around the study of dreams. The main character Cobb is given a mission in which he specializes to venture into a young businessman's subconscious and plant a seed of thought to sign his father's business away. And this is all done by venturing through multiple layers of dreams, otherwise referred to as Inception. Dreams are not fully scientifically understood, so this leaves room for massive amounts of creativity of what could be done by manipulating dreams. The film raises questions such as, do dreams really mean anything? Are dreams a reflection of self? Do events that happen in dreams affect your behavior in real life? The film also has one of the most controversial endings of any film ever, leaving the audience wondering, is he still inside a dream? Is he in reality? Or was this all a dream the whole time? Building a story around something so ambiguous allows Nolan to create complex characters and stories that evoke emotion that you probably didn't think you could have for the impossible situation of the movie.
The reason I knew Inception was possible was because I did it to her first. I did it to my own wife.
Why?
We were lost in here. I knew we needed to escape, but she wouldn't accept it.
This is something that occurs in Nolan's next, even larger scale film, Interstellar. The story explores scientific anomalies such as black holes, time dilation, and the concept that time is something that can be moved around in like physical space. These are concepts that are so unknown that it allows for so much cinematic interpretation of how these things would be like if humans were able to experience it in a very direct way. This can create incredibly emotional moments such as the astronaut Cooper watching his daughter grow years older over a series of video messages of her begging for him to answer, questioning why he hasn't returned while Cooper remains the same age because of time dilation.
Seemed like I should live with that decision, and I have. Today's my birthday. And it's a special one because you told me You once told me that when you came back, we might be the same age. And today I'm the age you were when you left.
This is barely scratching the surface of Nolan's complexly interesting and emotional films. Each one of them could have their own in-depth studies, but for now I just wanted to focus on the unfamiliar or unknown subjects that Nolan chooses to build his stories around. Many of Nolan's films have evoked many discussions and in-depth analyses trying to explain the stories and discover their meanings, which in my opinion is a really successful piece of art. If you're a writer or filmmaker and are struggling with finding something good to write about, try to find something interestingly ambiguous and interpret it in your own way. Hey guys, it's JD, and this was my first ever video essay. I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan's movies. I love the cinematic experience he's able to give and his brilliant writing. As some of you know, I am actually an aspiring filmmaker, specifically an editor, and I have many opinions about movies and art in general, so I will probably be making more videos similar to this in the future. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and share it anywhere you want. Tell a friend, whatever. Anyway, my name is JD, and until next time, peace.